guys, this is the Retro Flora podcast. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Charmy, and we're just two crazy sisters with an opinion and a channel.
If you like true crime, conspiracies, or supernatural crap, then this is your channel. Happy September! You guys, it is the month of September. It is the first month of fall. It is officially spooky season.
It's the first month of fall, but it's hot as heck in this room right now. Girl, it's still summer over here.
Hot. Well, technically it's still summer, but and guess what? It's yours truly's birthday month. Yay! I'm excited, you guys.
So what are we gonna talk about today, Brenda?
Today we're gonna talk about a missing persons case. We're gonna talk about Lars Mittank, and he disappeared and has not been seen since. And yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and jump in. Lars Mittank was born February 9th, 1986 in Berlin, West Germany. Because he was born in 1986, I don't think the wall fell yet. So I think that's why it's West Germany. Okay, so the wall hadn't fallen yet when he was born. So that's why it's West Germany.
There's a really good movie, I forgot what it's called, but it has the guy, the evil villain from Captain America Civil War in it. Mm-hmm. And they're living in Germany, and his mom went into a coma before the wall fell. Mm-hmm. And she wakes up after, and they're still like trying to pretend that the wall's still up to like, because they said if she gets overwhelmed, though, she'll have a heart attack and die.
Oh.
And so they're trying to like keep it so it's like, oh, it's the same, Mom. It's just like last time, to keep her like in normalcy. But it was like the things they were doing to try to keep it try to keep her from finding out was funny.
Dang, she would have had a heart attack and died. It's crazy.
Yeah, she was like really weak, and then she found out and she didn't die. So yay!
That's good. Lars grew up in Itzehoe, Germany with his family. He was close to his family and loved them dearly. Lars attended advanced training classes after high school and trained to be a power plant operator. In 2007, he got a job at Wilhelm's power plant, causing him to have to move 3 hours away. Even with the move, Lars still visited his family often. After his father's stroke, Lars would often travel to his parents' house to help them. He traveled home most weekends, which was like a 6-hour round trip.
Dang.
Yeah. But you could tell like he's dedicated to his family, because every weekend and you live 3 hours away, which is kind of wild, because if you live in California, like 3 hours is not even that many miles out here because of traffic. So it's really like you're traveling, but it's really against time, not like
distance.
Distance. Because traffic is, you guys, don't even get me started. Lars loved football, aka for us Americans, soccer, and was dedicated to Werder Bremen. He was a Werder Bremen fan. Sorry, you guys, for the pronunciation. It's hard for me to say these words. And it's crazy because it's spelled with a W, but that's not how it's pronounced. He also loved to travel. In the summer of 2014, a group of Lars' friends decided they wanted to take a trip to Varna, Bulgaria. Lars had never been on a boys' retreat, so he was excited to go. So on June 30th, 2014, 28-year-old Lars and his friends arrived at the Golden Sand Resort, which was close to the Black Sea coast. They enjoyed their time swimming, sunbathing, playing soccer on the beach, partying at night, and enjoyed watching soccer at bars. The World Cup was on at that time. On July 5th or the 6th, sources vary, but I'm more inclined to think this happened on the 6th of July, and you'll figure out why. The group went to a local bar to watch the Costa Rica versus the Netherlands game. Lars came dressed in his green Werder Bremen gear, and he and his friends passed out team flags to other bar goers, or they were switching the flags around on the table. They were doing something like that. Mm-hmm. So either they were passing them out, or they were like taking the flags that were there and like replacing them with their team's flags.
They try to start a fight?
Girl, well, let's see where this ends. But there was another group of German soccer fans, so that we don't get it confused.
We know.
There were 4 men whose team was Bayern Munich. That's another team in Germany, and it was actually Lars's team's rivals.
So started fights.
Lars got into an altercation or a disagreement with them, and Lars and his friends left and went to a 24-hour McDonald's. So you're right, it did. Like what I read, because sources vary, because a lot of the articles and in German, but the ones that are in English, that's why the sources vary. From what I read, he switched that flag, his team's flag, with their team's flag and their rivals. So it was like they didn't get into a physical altercation, but they were like, they had some
yelling.
Yeah, some match, the shouting match. Now they're different.
Oh wait, can I talk about how they have a 24-hour McDonald's?
Okay, I know. Wait, I think in some parts there are 24-hour McDonald's.
I just want to know what McDonald's menu they have.
Dude, I have seen some of the different McDonald's menus around the world, and they live in luxury, okay? Like,
but I think it's just like their cuisine, like,
I don't know.
it's different than ours.
They have like their desserts are kind of more catered to like
To
the
them.
area. Mhm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, there are different reports about what Lars did after the bar, but what we do know is he didn't go to the McDonald's with his friends. Or if he went to the McDonald's with his friends, like, he just walked there and he, like, that's where they parted ways.
I was going to ask was there's cameras footage, but it is in the 80s, so...
It's not in the 80s. That's when he was born.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
This is 2014.
Well, then, yeah, there should be cameras. I thought it was like, okay, I got it confused, okay.
Yeah, but also, like, there might have been cameras in, like, certain areas, but, like, once he's separated from them, like, there might
No, but I thought there'd be cameras in McDonald's.
Oh, well, if there probably were cameras in McDonald's, but he didn't go inside the McDonald's with them, so he was only outside, yeah. But a side note, his friends noticed that he wasn't eating a lot, like eating much on vacation. Which, I mean, there could be a number of reasons why he wasn't eating a lot. He could have been drinking more, I don't know, but like, they were just noticing that he wasn't eating as much. Lars and his friends parted ways, and his friends did not see him till the next day. That morning, Lars told his friends he had been beaten up by the 4 men from the bar last night.
I just want to know, where were your friends? I would not leave anybody behind.
Wow. He was like,
oh, I'm gonna go. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
but we all
we're
go together though.
But we're girls, so like that mindset is what we have. Like, we have like me travel in groups because being a single girl out, like, bad things happen. I don't know if dudes have that same mindset as we do. You know, he probably was like, yo, I'll just meet y'all at the hotel, and they were probably like, okay, and the hotel probably wasn't too far from where they were, so they probably thinking like, oh, he just get there, went to his room and went to sleep.
Don't go alone, anybody. Do
Honestly,
not go
and
alone.
especially if you're in a different country, really don't go alone.
Yeah.
Guy or girl, just don't go alone. Well, I know people like to do backpacking alone though, so I can't tell you not to go alone. If you are alone, just be very
vigilant.
Yeah, very aware of your surroundings. So there are differing reports that say that he got beat up from the 4 men from the altercation that night, but then there's also reports saying that those men actually hired somebody to beat him up. Lars was complaining about being in pain. He called his long-term girlfriend that morning, and she told him to go to the hospital to get checked out. Lars went to the hospital and was examined by a doctor. He had a cracked jaw and a ruptured eardrum.
So that's all documented.
Yeah, so something definitely went down. What happened, we're not so sure, but something definitely went down. The doctor prescribed Lars some antibiotics and advised him that due to his ear injury, he was not able to fly home with his friends that day. So
then we're staying.
So this is the day they're supposed to fly out, and the reason you can't fly with it's not recommended to fly with an ear injury is the changing and pressures during the flight could cause permanent damage. So
could he take the train?
Yeah, I mean, that's always an option. But yeah, so that day they were leaving, which is why I think
because they're in Bulgaria, right?
Yeah, they're in Bulgaria, and he's from Germany.
So yeah, you can take a train. That might take forever.
Oh, I'm sure it won't take forever, but it's gonna take a lot longer than flying. Yes. The doctor wanted Lars to stay longer and seek additional medical treatment, but Lars refused and instead just took the meds he was given. Lars told his friends to fly home without him, even though they insisted that they would stay. So the flight was on July 7th, which is why I believe the incident happened July 6th and not the 5th. And yeah, he told his friends not to stay, to go without him. And they were very, very insistent on staying. And he was very, 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 very insistent on them going. So they left. Lars booked a hotel room at a place called Hotel Color. The hotel pickings that time were sparse because the World Cup was taking place. So it was a cheap rundown hotel in a rough neighborhood, but it was close to the airport. And this is where Lars began to act erratically and exhibit strange behavior. Lars takes his medicine, and instead of sleeping off his injury, he was seen on cameras acting strangely. He was pacing down the hotel hallway. He would duck behind doorways. He would peek out of windows, and at one point he was seen hiding in the elevator for a prolonged period of time. He then left the hotel at midnight, only to return hours later. Lars called his mother Sandra and told her everything that had happened. He also whispered to her that people were trying to kill or rob him. He also asked her about his medication and told her to cancel his credit cards because he didn't feel safe in that hotel. He was worried that the person, the concierge, sorry, had like copied his credit card information down, so he was like telling her like cancel the credit cards. Like,
it seems like he's having a bad reaction to the meds.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting too. But yeah, that's so crazy. Like, see, this is why I wish like one friend stayed behind with him.
Yeah,
you know, because like I think you're right. I think he's not taking the medication well. Like his body is having a hard time with it. I don't know. Lars and Sandra had multiple phone calls throughout the early morning hours, with Lars' behavior only getting more bizarre. He told his mom he believed his hotel room was bugged or wiretapped. He also told her in another phone call that he was being followed by 3 men who wanted to kill him. He also kept asking her about the antibiotics called Cefprozil. Now, some believe his paranoia was caused by the medication, and paranoia was a rare side effect with that medication. So it can happen, but it was very rare. Mm-hmm. And so let me give you the list of all the rare side effects that can happen from this drug. Mind you, I read that this drug actually wasn't even approved in Germany. So,
he isn't in Germany.
I know, he's not in Germany, but I'm just saying like that medication wasn't approved in Germany. So here are some of the rare side effects from this medication. Confusion, hives, nervousness, restlessness, sleeplessness, trouble sitting still, and trouble sleeping / unable to sleep.
Which is why he wasn't resting.
Right, which is why I think he was exhibiting the side effects of this medication, because he's kind of doing a lot of this stuff. Like having trouble sitting still, the nervousness, he's confused, he's not sleeping. Like on July 8th, 2014, Lars got a taxi at 5 a.m. and went to the Varna Airport. And so that previous early morning / last night, well, I guess it was the early morning hours, his mom and him talked about him like flying back, and then she offered like, I'll get you a bus ticket, so he was gonna do that. But then as the calls started getting more bizarre, she was like, you need to fly back, like regardless if you mess your eardrum up, like something's not right, so we need you to come home now. So that's why he's on his way to the airport. He shared the taxi with a woman, and the woman, when she was later questioned, said that his pupils were extremely dilated and he did not look okay. So she was probably in the taxi like, what is going on with him?
At least you got the taxi driver with you.
Right, that's true. I think that at first she wasn't gonna let him, but he was so insistent that she was just like, okay, go ahead. Lars called his mother to let her know he had made it to the airport. Lars then called his mother again and asked her to send him 500 euros via Western Union. He then met with the airport doctor to check his ear injury. The doctor told him he should wait a little longer to fly, but if he wanted to fly, he had to sign a waiver. And the doctor actually told him he wanted him to stay a week. So I guess his eardrum injury was very severe, and they were just like, dude, don't do it. So he ended up signing the waiver. The airport was undergoing construction at the time, and during Lars's time with the doctor, a construction worker walked into the office. This startled Lars, and he jumped out of his seat and stated, I don't want to die here. The doctor tried to calm him down, but Lars ran out of the office, leaving all his belongings behind, which were his phone, his ID, his wallet, and his credit cards.
Yeah, it's something with the drugs they gave him.
There is CCTV footage of him running through the airport as shocked fellow travelers watched him in confusion. Some even tried to see what he was running from. At 10 a.m., he is seen running out of the airport and climbing an 8-foot fence that led into a sunflower field. So yeah, there's footage, and with sunflowers being extremely tall, Lars was hidden out of view of the cameras and was never seen again. Sandra, Lars's mother, kept trying to call him, but her calls went unanswered. After a while, Sandra began to worry, and it was apparent that something was wrong. She reported Lars missing to the German embassy, the German embassy in Bulgaria. The police were called, and officers used the CCTV footage to see where Lars ran to. They searched the sunflower field with cadaver dogs, but found nothing. There was not a trace of Lars in the sunflower field. Officers searched his belongings and found nothing suspicious in his bags. The money in his bank account was untouched. Sandra flew to Varna to search for her son. She also had to report him missing in Germany as well, just in case he made his way back to Germany and they found him. Sandra and her friends passed out flyers to the locals. She even searched hospitals and morgues but didn't find anything. And as we know, this is really stressful for Sandra because like her husband had a stroke, so she had to leave him, find someone to take care of him while she flew out to Bulgaria to look for her son. A private investigator tried everything to find out what happened to Lars. He didn't find any new leads. Like there was never any leads at this point of where Lars began, where he could be. And that's the case. Like there has been no update to this day. Still have no idea where he could be. So there are a few theories, and I don't really want to go too much in theories because like I don't really like to do that with missing people's cases, but one of the theories is that he was looking for an excuse to run away.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's such a family loving guy. Like I just don't think he would have left his dad and his mom like that.
Especially since he didn't need to call them. He would just, if he really just wanted to disappear, he would just disappear.
And not to mention like him like constantly going over there to like take care of him, and like he was very close with his family, so I don't think that he would have like ran away. Another was that he was involved in a criminal enterprise, so like drug trafficking. So some people, and I read some theories that like what happened was he was like gonna smuggle some drugs in the stomach. You know, some people swallow drugs and they smuggle it in the stomach. Mm-hmm. You've heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the theory is that he did that and that the bag opened and that's why he was experiencing that. But I don't know, because I feel like he would have OD'd.
Yeah, you would see that in his blood work and everything.
Blood work, I don't know if blood work.
Because they checked him out when he got beat up by the people.
Yeah.
So they would have seen that.
I guess they're talking about, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Like especially, like, yeah, if he got checked out by the officer, well, the doctors, and he got, like, he had to have surgery. For the amount of damage he got, they definitely put him in surgery. So they would have seen that. So I don't think it's that.
Maybe their theory is that, like, after they beat him up, like, they found him at the hotel and then they, like, did that. I don't know.
But he was acting weird before that.
He was. From what we can see on camera, he was acting weird in a hotel because we can't see leading up to the hotel. But I don't think that he was drug trafficking. Like, I really don't think that. And then the last theory, well, we could talk about the main theory, which we all think is the side effects of the medication. Yeah. Where he went after that, I have no idea. That's just the strange part, because they have, to this day, yet find the body.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He could still be out there. He could have been kidnapped. He could have been trafficked. There's so many, like, possible, especially if he was, like, if he was extremely paranoid. Who knows who could have got their hands on him? It just makes me think of Taken. Like, and all the, like, you know, the trafficking, looking for people. Like, yeah. And the last theory was that he was killed by the 4 men in the bar.
The thing about that is that would just be pure coincidence that he just happened to run back into them.
I don't know, because I don't know how big, you know,
Bulgaria is a big country. Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I know I'm talking about the city though. Like, I just don't know, like, and if they knew people in the city, and like, I just don't know. You know what I mean? But they were also German fans. But I guess they don't have to be from Germany to be fans of German teams. So
I just feel like that's just really bad luck. Just to, like, he just got bad luck after bad luck after bad luck.
I mean, it can happen. I just don't think that. I mean, I guess with this theory, it's like the men were like following him, like scaring him or whatever, like. But
that will also be on CCTV footage of him being followed.
Well, I mean, it would be, but like you wouldn't know who to look for. You know what I mean? Because if you can hire people out there, they can be hiring people to like scare him and everything like that, and then they beat him up and kill him. But can I finish this, girl? Every time I talk, I just don't think that that's what's happening. I'm just telling you what this theory is.
But the thing is, let's say they did hire somebody. How would they, like, let's say took a picture of the guy and his name and where he's staying, and plus he stayed in a different hotel the second time. How would the person hired, be able to track him down? I don't even think they know his name.
They probably, I mean, we don't know, because if they beat him up that night, we don't know what information they could have got from him. I mean, like I said, I think that it's the side effect of the medication. I just don't know what happened after that. Like,
I think he just disappeared.
I don't know if he disappeared. Something had happened.
Well, I know he went missing.
He went missing,
I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the case of Lars Mittank. And that it's a pretty popular case because of the CCTV footage of him running through the airport. Like, it was very bizarre to see.
Well, this is another case I'm gonna have to ask God about.
Yeah, I know, because like we have no idea where he went. Somebody has an idea, I think, unless he really did like I don't know, because I don't know the territory.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, if he was like in the mountains or something, I'd be like, oh, he probably fell into a cavern or something, you know what I mean? But like here,
maybe he got amnesia and it's just like he was a different person right now.
I mean, that is true. Who knows what the drugs could have done, especially since they weren't approved in Germany. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but I don't know who else.
Well, they did
weren't
have
approved.
a lot of side effects.
Yeah, girl.
I think every drugs do.
Yeah, but those are just the rare side effects. But it was a lot of side effects for the rare side effects.
I just feel so bad for the family. They will never know. Well, maybe someday, hopefully.
I think I read that his dad had passed away too.
Well, it's been 10... No, not 10 years. Yeah, 10 years,
Yeah,
right?
it's been 10 years this year.
It's so scary.
I know. I just feel for the mother. Because it's like your son and then you already have to take care of your husband. Like, that's so...
A lot of stress.
That's so much on one person. Well, you've made it to the end.
You must really like the sounds of our high-pitched voices and quirky commentary.
You might as well like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified every time we drop new content. If you want to follow our social medias, they will be linked in the description box below.
Bye!
Bye, you guys! First day of September! Well, first week, yay!